Okay, we're rolling.
All right, this is an interview at the Elderwood Senior Center, Hamburg, New York. It is April 19th, 2005, approximately 11 a.m. Interviewers are Wayne Clark and Mike Russert. Could you give me your full name, date of birth, and place of birth, please?
Sherman,
New York, for the place of birth.
New York.
Robert Lansing Crump.
Robert Lansing Crump.
Okay. And when were you born? You can just give us the year. It's fine.
1920.
1920, okay. What was your education before you went into the service? What was your educational background?
High school, graduated from high school.
Okay. Do you remember hearing about Pearl Harbor?
No.
No?
Oh, sure, Bob.
No, I
yes,
know
you
that
remember.
there,
You mean
but-
before the service?
Yes.
No.
Do you remember hearing about the Japanese bombing Pearl Harbor?
Yes, he does.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. I should let her talk, but she does me better.
He does.
Well-
he does, believe me.
Do you remember where he was?
We were not married. He was over on Lexington Avenue where he was boarding, and he heard it, and he called me and told me about it.
So you were going together at the time?
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay. Did you enlist or were you drafted?
it was drafted.
yes.
Okay. I see you were drafted in October 1942.
Yeah.
Now, where did you go for your basic training?
Fort Leonard Wood.
Yes,
Was that Missouri?
yes, it
Yes.
does. Yes, yes.
We went back there since.
Oh, have you?
Now, I noticed you went into the engineers. Did you get you had your basic training? Did you get assigned to the engineers?
Yes.
What kind of special training did you get for that?
Well, a lot of mechanics, a lot of experience with heavy equipment,
Like earth-moving equipment? Bulldozers and big trucks?
Well, yes, but not as much as what I did have,
Okay.
because I could not go that far to them, because I took the scar knobs there, and then I went from them to the third knobs there. I went out here to the 6th Lord here. And, well, then what else?
well, you were there for basic training, and then he'll ask you whatever.
Well, where did you go from there?
Then I went to, remember where I went.
Then from there you went to electrical school in Chicago,
Yes,
Coyne Electrical School in Chicago, and you had a course, I don't know, a month course or something.
yes,
And then you went to Detroit for 2 weeks into the Ready Power Company to learn more about electricity, right?
yes.
Okay.
Where did you go from there once you finished your schooling?
Then when you finished your schooling, you went south to Camp Cleburn in Georgia.
Yes.
Okay.
See, I know all of these things and I had them all there, but then when I went through here, then it's where I miss about to went to her. But she remembers me of things here at my,
I remember the things, right.
Things
So do
to
you
tell.
remember them, but you can't tell about them.
but I can't tell them. Can't tell
And
them.
from Camp Cleburn, you went on Cadre to Plattsburgh, New York.
Right.
Plattsburgh Barracks, it was called at that time.
Now, what did you do in Plattsburgh? Did you work in that electrical field?
No, I was just a,
They were forming a new company is
I
what they
see,
were doing.
yes.
He was on Cadre up there to form this maintenance company.
Okay.
yes,
So that was the 969th engineer?
yes,
Okay.
Once the unit was formed up,
Yes.
where did you go?
right there.
You stayed right there?
You stayed there for a while and then you went on maneuvers
Yes,
in Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
I do all,
Then a staging area to Camp Forest,
yes,
and then up to Miles Standish, where you left for overseas. Oh, wait a minute, we went to Fort Devens from Plattsburgh, I'm sorry.
yes.
From Plattsburgh, we went to Fort
Did
Devens.
you get married during this time?
Yeah,
When did you get married?
we got married in June 1943.
She knows me. Those parts, I know all well so much about her. And she was always with me, and she's a nice person. And it's a shame that I can't talk to you better,
That's okay.
because
okay,
I
that's
had
fine.
2 years in here, that's what she told me, and then I left my cousin up here.
But from Plattsburgh, we went to Fort Devens.
When did he leave for Europe?
In May of, what year would that be then?
Should be about,
43?
if you got married in
No,
June.
we were married in 43.
Yeah, so
they would be
44?
44.
Yeah.
May of 44.
Okay. How did you go over to Europe? Did you go by boat? By
Yeah.
ship?
Yes,
Was it in a convoy?
no,
Just a single ship?
yes, it's a seventh place. But the seventh runs here and there.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
No, I did, but
I've
because
gone
I
about
had
as far as I know.
take head-ups here. And I do them, and I do the gets that I got over there, I do those. And then I had the Tortaloos here, and then I had the kid person list there, and then I landed over there, and then
They left
Eight.
from Miles Standish, Massachusetts,
yes,
and went to England. And was Liverpool the first place in England?
yes.
Okay.
And I flew from, not flipped, but landed there from here. And then that's when then I had 6 from then the Tertium lived there. And then I had the system there. And then my sister,
No, you went to Liverpool, England,
yes,
and you stayed there until you went into the invasion.
yes.
Oh, so he participated in the D-Day invasion?
Not well, it's still considered part of the invasion, but it was
D-Day plus?
D-Day 28, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, that there.
Okay.
And my sister, not my sister, she told me the length there. So I laid at the 7, not the singer, but the drive left there. And so she told me about it. And then when I drug my attentions here from the Tissa there, where that,
Honey, I can't understand you either, so I'm sure they can't. Okay. Because I don't know what you're saying right now.
what I meant by sister, not my sister, but that she had the test from there. Don't you remember then when she come and she told me too, where she had the gun there.
Well, your sister was never over there.
No, but wait. Sister-in-law there one
Are
day.
you talking about Jill?
No, I'm talking my sister.
I don't know who your sister was never over in Europe with you.
No,
so
but she's the one that was down here and told me about that. I lived there.
we don't know what you're
The
talking
king,
about right
the
now.
king, the kings were there. She was the king lost here. At the son-in-law here.
Come on now.
Okay. All right, after the D-Day invasion, D-Day plus 28, whereabouts did you go from Normandy?
At the five log here. The five log there, and then from that's what the Gerstlums here, we forgot, got rid of those, and that's what I had the cars over there, and that's when I wish I could talk all those things.
Well, that's all right, that's all right.
It's a shame that I can't come up.
I know he just
That's
you know,
okay.
kept moving along in France, but I couldn't tell you.
Do you
No,
know
the names-
exactly what he was doing? I mean, was he operating equipment or?
No,
They were mostly preparing or repairing
the good look
equipment.
here.
Okay,
You know, because it was an engineer maintenance company,
okay.
and they spent most of their time repairing or trying to come up with new ideas on how to use this,
Yes,
what they had learned, you know what I mean?
So you were repairing like trucks and the jeeps and tanks, or
no,
just the heavy?
the people. Because-
People,
Yeah, because it had people.
well, you were in contact platoon.
Yeah.
So, and they would also go out when they were told that somebody was in trouble, you know, something had broken down somewhere or something like that. It was up to the contact platoon to go out and see what they could do. That's the type of thing that,
But I was a king, Barth were here, and I knew those pictures out here, persons there. That's where I could sing to Herman here, and I know her on there. And I knew all of this before. This here, just past these things here, the Feb of the years here. All those years, and I had those things here. And then after that was done there, I was parasied at the
Were you ever under combat fire where you were, or you were that behind the lines?
We're not that many, but we had it twice loves here. Close to that, close to ones here. So I knew where the divs were, and I could do those because we did 5 Tart Kings here.
but were you ever right up there in the front?
Yes, at first, because we were shelter them as those people. I had the short nose here. That's a shame that I can't tell you. I could really tell you all those things because I still read them today. And she was a 12 person, 10 person. That's what said she was there. And I had this 5 carisons here from the 12th. And then I had the sing a larf here. And then I knew them here. And that's why they knew them by the persons by then. And then after that, then the sister loves God here. And then I kept the singers out here. And that's when I was out here. Oh, that's a shame. Because I picture. I know all of those things so well.
Okay. Now, did you landed in France? Did you get into Germany at all?
Yes. But first, when we first pitches got in there, I only get 200 per session were out here. And then after that, then we started out missing to those people here at the,
But you went through France.
yes,
You were in France on what is it?
VE Day?
VE Day. But when did you go to Holland? After that?
yes, that was after that. Because I knew the people over at the yards, they're here, because I was out there at the...
But you did end up in Germany.
Yes, I did. But that's when the teacher said,
And where were you in the Battle of the Bulge?
no, not quite, because it was close to there, and then they turned just out here at the King Knott's person here. But I know that, and I know she's talking there, because we had the king, the queen person here, and then they could pass us over here, so that they would figured a law, the fix laws here.
Yeah, but your contact platoon under Lieutenant Webb got some kind of a what do you call it?
Commendation?
Commendation for some work that you did with a bridge, but it wasn't Remagen Bridge, but a bridge.
But it was helping her there.
But I wish I could tell you more about that, but I can't.
Now, when the war ended, did he come home soon after that?
Yes,
Well, let's see, the war ended in August, right?
yes,
And you were home by October?
yes, Norm.
Yeah. See, you know how you got points.
Yes.
Well, by that time, we had a child, so he got extra points for the child. You know, you
I
got,
see.
I don't know, 12 points or something like that.
And that gave him enough points to come home?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you ever make use of the GI Bill after you came back?
Just to buy a house, you know.
Not a horse.
House,
Get
yeah,
it dark.
okay.
Shit.
That's okay. Did you ever use the 5220 Club?
The
No,
part-
It was a, like an unemployment insurance, $20 a week for 52 weeks.
No, he was very fortunate. He came home, he signed up on the railroad, and he could go back to work anytime he wanted. He was very fortunate there. You know, his seniority went right on.
That went right. Yes, I did. Because I was guess one here, I was a person with purpose. Shoot.
That's okay, that's okay.
Well,
Do you ever join any veterans organizations?
American Legion and VFW.
yeah.
Okay. Do you ever stay in contact with anyone that was in service?
No. 'Cause
Well, you did up until just before you came in here. So,
oh,
there were two friends that
yeah.
there were three couples together when we were traveling around with the companies, you know, while we were here. And we stayed friends all those years. And after the war, we got together. And then from there on, every few years we would get together with them. And they were one was from Georgia and one was from Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were in the same company, you know, and stayed together. But I'm sorry to say that Bob and I are the only ones left out of the six of
Yes,
us.
the other one died.
Yeah, well, that happens.
No, I know it is but true. And she was still with me. And my stuff, and she was my sweetie pie all the time that I met her there, and that I looked her now, and so I still hug her, met her out sweet to me. And, oh, it's terrible, and I can't
Oh,
even...
that's okay. Don't worry about it.
No, but
Yeah, I know. Well,
yes,
how do you think your time in the service changed your life?
no,
No, you don't
no
think?
much because I loved her, and then I moved to go to the quarter, that was here. And then when I did that, I had five teachers was here, and the first kisses was here for 25 years, no, not 30. How many years did I live with her?
How many years were we together?
No, her before then, but then I married her, and then I went to them. They had a 25 lard God here. And then I recognized her here. And that's when I met the Turk people. They're here. Then
Well, I never found that the service changed him very much. You know, he was a very, very dependable person before and was the same way after he came home. You know, he...
Yeah, but he went right back to the same type of work.
Right.
Oh, yes, because
Yeah, he didn't
I
change.
loved the
He was on the railroad then 40 years.
yeah, because I liked it there, and she liked good with me too, because we did things good to get things better here. But then I lost two of the Kingwoods here, and then two of them lived here, and I left my wife, or the people here, the kids, they're here.
So your friends, you lost your friends.
Yes, I did. I lost them.
Yeah.
And this is still, the things here, and then her tele lived here when she, that got here. Then I had two figures gods here, and so I lost these two loves here. That I could, so she was good with me here, but I mean, I couldn't keep the engines here. And so they had two loves me with her, and then she was out there to watch me. Because I was a king lost here, a person there.
Okay.
And I liked the times with her, and then she did swine with me to help me to do things here, because that was good. And then the minute that I would have time turned here, I would go and say good night to her.
Where is the...
Okay, well, thank you very much.
What is this going to be for? More